Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Electra. Happy birthday to you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I am here 365 days of the year to take your political questions and read on the collective energy. This is not 100%. That's not how this works, but it's interesting the insights we can get sometimes. So just leave your questions in the chat before I come on, and then if you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed out there, and then I timestamp them as I go. So today is Wednesday, so I do have a hard cutoff time at 1:40. Usually I'm completely out of puff by then anyway. So we'll just do what we can here. Just need to make sure I've refreshed this properly. And 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. And what? Huh? It jumped. Okay. So, oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so we're going to get into a couple of really interesting things today. Trump embracing QAnon like he hasn't before. Mike Lindell at Hardee's. Mueller, Fani Willis, Mark Meadows, what have you. But you know what? We need to start with a little video. Just a little video. Let me see here. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds in. Oh my gosh, Judy, thank you. Thank you. It makes a big difference. Thank you. Okay, at 3 minutes in. Thank you, Judy. Marjorie Trader Green. Genius. Let's start with the share screen. And there it is. Here we go. Marjorie Trader Green. Are you guys ready? Okay. So she is complaining. Surprise. Shocking. I know. And let me just, hopefully you can hear this. 47 seconds, your brain's going to melt. Just warning you.
Ladies and gentlemen, and we're all here in Georgia. Can we just say thank God for air conditioning? Let's talk about refrigerators. I personally like my refrigerator. I know you all like yours. What about washing machines and dryers? Lord, please God, don't make me scrub clothes in a bucket and have to hang them out on the line when we switch over to wind turbines and solar panels. I'm going to be really pissed off about that. I mean, how absurd is this? I like the lights on. I don't want to stay up later at night. I don't want to have to go to bed when the sun sets. It's so silly. I mean, all of this is absolutely insane. Ladies and gentlemen, and we're all here in Georgia.
If you're using solar panels, here I'll move this a little closer. If you're using solar panels or wind turbines, there are these things called batteries, Okay. So I was thinking, when I first read it, I thought, it can't be true. It can't be true. Come on. Come on. I mean, so I actually, it's like, okay, I want to double check. So I went to look, and indeed, correct attribution. Claim U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene suggested that solar and wind energy don't provide enough electricity to power a home and that she doesn't wanna have to go to bed when the sun sets. Correct attribution. Now, on the one hand, maybe she's just exaggerating to make a point, but no, I don't think. Is she exaggerating? I mean, really? Seriously? There. Is she exaggerating, or Becca? Yes, she'll want to impeach Biden next for inventing batteries. Exactly. And do follow Becca at House of Lenormand if you can. She's really good, and nobody else is doing what she's doing over there with her grand tableaus. It's amazing. Okay. Lady, do you really believe this? Seriously? Are you exaggerating, or do you actually believe this? That you're going to be sitting in a dark home, that you're on a farm during the Dust Bowl, and that if the windmill isn't turning, then you can't listen to the radio? Is that what you really think? Let's put it this way. The program is putting out an output before the program has even completely loaded. That's what's going on here. Debbie Winnett says, I have solar panels, no way to store the unused energy. The energy goes to PG&E. So it goes back onto the grid. So and so you go to bed at 7 o'clock at night, huh? As soon as the sun sets, you have to go to bed, right? Because nothing works and it's dark, not just nothing, huh? Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth. Knight of Swords, High Priestess, Eight of Wands. She just thinks she's right. This isn't, oh, I know that's not true. This isn't even anything like that. It's speak before knowledge. Bias over facts. It's aggressive, in your face. It's a lot. It's aggressive. This is the loudest card in the deck. Ace of Swords, which can be used in very negative ways. It's her truth. It's not just truth, it's the truth. And in the center, you have higher wisdom or secrets, or it's just secret syrup. It's conspiracies that she knows. And let's just say she speaks before she thinks. Yeah. And then she said, the other night she was talking and was saying that Biden's goal is to destroy the U.S., to use up the entire U.S. strategic petroleum supply. just his goal, not what he's going to do on the side, not, no. He's trying to weaken the country. The words out of mouth, his goal is to destroy the U.S. national. What's going to happen to Marjorie Taylor Greene? Because it's like listening to Diamond and Silk. Have you guys ever actually sat down and listened to them? Ten of Cups. The rest of us are glad she's there because she is so loud and she is such a face of the far right. So she's helping Democrats by being so self-absorbed and willfully ignorant. And willfully ignorant doesn't even begin to cover it. You can't take anything in if all you're doing is spouting out. I mean, seriously. I'll say this. There is a really interesting theory that I find, I find it really interesting, which is that intelligence really is your processing speed. But not only that, there are some arguments, some theories. Not everyone who is intelligent has mental illness. I'm not saying that, but people have been doing research trying to figure out, is there a correlation between high intelligence and mental illness? And some of what again, don't come for me. These are just theories, scientists talking about it. I'm passing on things I've read in articles. But what they said was, I'm paraphrasing. I will paraphrase what they've said. Basically, if you are extremely intelligent, your brain is running hot. Because of that, you might, if you have some kind of genetic weaknesses to certain things not working quite as strongly as others, it may exacerbate. Just like if you have an engine that's running hot, if there are weaknesses in the structure, in the gaskets, they may weaken. And that in your brain running hot, they're finding that people who are extremely intelligent are actually taking in much more information from what's around them, from their own thoughts, their own memories. She's not taken in much. She's like 90% talk and 10% taken. King of Cups. Well, yeah, didn't she once again bring up a bill to impeach Biden or whatever because she's a one-trick pony? King of Cups, Moon, the Star, Chariot, Four of Cups. Whoa. This looks like her being held accountable. Her being like, what do you mean try to hold me accountable? It's deep state. It's unfair. It's et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No, this is January 6th. This is just a whole lot of far right stuff and all the upset she causes. And she just is so full of herself right now. I'm surprised anyone can stand to be around her right now. But they're coming, and she's going to be shocked. And I'm serious. She's going to be shocked when she starts being held accountable. Shocked. So, Frida Smith, silence is golden. Yes. And where was it? I just saw it. Bell Book and Candle, hello, said, my mother always said you can't hear what's being said when your mouth is open. You cannot learn while you talk. Your mother was wise. Yep. So, Dr. Nancy, acetylcholine, be an issue generally warm, friendly, and smart. Acetylcholine. Well, yeah, I'm with you guys. Yes, Tiffany Lee, peach tree dish. You guys remember that? I had forgotten. Thank you, Tiffany, because I had forgotten about that. You know, they're gonna grow something in a peach tree dish, and that's what she said, peach tree dish, because she doesn't realize it's Petrie. Dr. Petrie. No, it's a peach tree dish. Okay, so we'll just wait. We'll just wait for her comeuppance. But seriously, she's talk. She's just output. She's just output. You know, there's facts over here. You know, there's you can't get through to her because it's just mouth open, talking, complaining, bias, no facts. Yeah. We won't have to deal with her forever. She'll get voted out. It just takes time. Yes, lady. She also did make the remark about the gazpacho. Yes. Biden and the gazpacho. Cold soup? What about cold soup? You know what I meant. You said gazpacho, not Gestapo. Yes, Mel. It would dishes to plant peach trees. Yeah. True, Frida Smith. She serves gazpacho in her peach tree dishes. All right. Okay. So speaking of the cuckoo crazy, I mean, we are in ding cuckoo, ding cuckoo, ding cuckoo. We are in land here. Okay. So we're going to go on at 1830 because of Trump. Wow. So, and I don't want you to take my word for this because I go get the links to official, like, credible sources. I'm not making this up. Okay. I don't need any cows. I'm vegan. Thank you so much. Trump fully embraces QAnon hours after obsessed supporter allegedly killed his family. Okay. It wasn't until recently that Trump expressed his explicit support for QAnon, which promotes the idea that Trump is the savior of the American people, which actually, hello, could it? All right, just ignore me. That's fine. Which makes sense, as the more moderates are peeling away from Trump, that it just, wow, he's really embracing the crazies. Despite the dangers of endorsing a movement the FBI has labeled a domestic terror threat, Trump posted a picture of himself wearing a Q lapel pin with the QAnon catchphrases, "The storm is coming," and WWG1WGA. I honestly don't know what that is. What would Gestapo what would Gestapo 1, I don't know. He's defended the movement, that's true. And yeah, okay, so, and that's, he's talking about the guy who went off the deep end and the violence that has resulted from QAnon. Social media platforms like Twitter have banned accounts linked to QAnon. So posted a picture. Do they have the picture? So this is, when was this published? Yesterday. So this was yesterday. Okay. Comments. Hang on, I just want to make sure. Hang on, it's opened up in a new tab. I don't like when it does that because I can't even tell. It's just so quick, I cannot tell. Share screen. There we go. Okay, and oh, Sherry H, I made you spit your 7-Up. I'm so sorry. Where we go one, we go all. Amora, thank you for sharing that. But it's still pretty, it's pretty dumb. Where we go one, we go all. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So in the QAnon world, the storm is the moment when Trump reveals his secret plan to dismantle the deep state and the group of elites QAnon followers believe are operating a global trafficking ring. Dun, dun, dun. The storm will also, they think, trigger Trump's return to power and public executions of those who have acted against him. Blah, 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 noise. Blah, 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 blah. Organizer of QAnon-focused conferences wrote, just in case it wasn't abundantly clear, President Trump is making it undeniable that he is 100% aligning with the Q operation. Operation indeed. Bzzzt. Bzzzt. Some members of QAnon claimed that Trump posting this photo just days after the death of Queen Elizabeth II was an indication that this time the storm is really coming. You keep believing that. You just keep sending your money to the supposed billionaire who is bilking you for everything you're worth. I hope we're almost there. I am so tired and broke. One wrote on Telegram. On the message board, another QAnon believer simply wrote, I'm exhausted. Trump will do that. So, crazy. Projection. Yes, Sweet Sugar Jones. I mean it this time. So just how cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, is Trump going to go? I mean, it's one thing to be saying all this crazy stuff he's been saying, but is there some point where he's actually going to snap and actually start trying to lead a group of people against whatever? Jennifer Taylor, yes, completely 7 of Cups. Tarot humor is most welcome here. Lady says I think he's losing it. Yeah. Oh boy. How cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs are we talking here? The more desperate he gets, the more crazy. Hey, you, idiot. Hi. How close to the edge are you? Not that you're not already down in a, sewage-filled pit, but like, how close to the edge are you? I know I sound like a crazy. My personal feeling is I always feel like a little bit like I've lost my mind when I talk about guides. I just do. So I just say that up front. The reality is I do know what parts in like EMDR therapy and reintegrating parts of yourself and all this kind of stuff. I know about all that. So maybe it's that, but I don't think so. Anyway, the sense I get is that Trump's guides have actually helped save us from worse stuff. His guides work overtime, trying to mitigate the damage. That's I'm getting absolute. Being one of Trump's guides is like working in the warehouse at Amazon at Christmas for the amount of damage and garbage and energy swirling around him. Our guides don't control us. They really don't. They just try to help. And sometimes they try to help the world. Sometimes they're trying to help, but they're trying to help Trump. They're trying to wake him up. They're trying to be like, okay, how can we get through to him? How can we wake up his empathy? Defibrillator? No, that doesn't work. Do you have any better ideas? Yeah, Sweet Sugar Jones, what a sorry job. Yeah. 2 of Cups. Yeah, they're trying. They really are trying. All right, how close to the edge are you? 5 of Swords, insult to injury. Well, of course, if he doesn't get his way, it's a personal insult. Chariots, Justice, Hierophant, 7 of Wands. Okay, so the government's going to get involved before he can really. This is him just feeling, just being obnoxious and awful. But then major arcana on the defensive. Massive movement, justice by the government, and puts him completely on the defensive. And his little petty, tiny insult to injury thing that he thinks he can get away with is nothing compared to the justice that is. I keep getting wait. Just wait. Just wait. Spiralize says maybe his guides need to unionize. They're busy. That's what I get. That's what it feels like. They are very, very busy. And there are other guides around trying to help. trying to process this energy that gets thrown at him, good and bad, to try to even out the extremes. And yeah, I'm getting the energy of just overwhelm, and yeah. Where's my guys are probably like kind of boring today. Let me guess, she's going to stay home and work. Yep. No FBI searches, no trying to extort foreign leaders. No, just take care of the cats and see how mom and dad are doing. And so his little petty stuff, this is coming for, winter is coming for Trump. Oh, isn't it just? Pink WC, of course. Of course. This is the Housewives Day. Wow. Jatar is saying maybe he's trying to set up to plead insanity. I don't know that his narcissism would allow him to do that, honestly. So, all right. I think the sun's gone behind a cloud. It's suddenly a little bit darker. Let's see if I can do anything about that. Put a drink. Not really. Okay. Oh, Tiffany, yes, he's made his bed. Oh, there's no. I have great empathy for his guides who feel like they are working their tails off, and there are a lot of them. But Marie Sutton, one guide to another. Look, there's a black hole nearby. Can we use it, please? Ian, we've had this discussion. How many times do you have to have this discussion? No, he should not have been put under the ground. No death, no illness, no wishing death, no wishing illness. Stop. Do not put that in the chat. Nobody out there. We do not wish him dead around here. We don't. That's not what this channel is. We want evidence, indictments, trial. The evidence seems pretty clear, but trial, fair trial, and then it's never going to be fully justice, but it's held accountable legally, and that is what is going to stop future jerks like these from acting. If he dies, he becomes a martyr, and it's the sooner we end up back in this mess again with a jerk who happens to have a bigger brain, then we're really in trouble. Ugh. Becca has a question. Is there any disciplinary action that can be taken against a federal judge besides impeachment for misruling that damages national security? Yes. My understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong. No, Ian, it's not the truth. No, please. Ian, we're not doing that. Okay. So, yes, my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is they're subject to the same laws that the rest of us are. If they're obstructing justice, they're obstructing justice. They can be censured as well. I don't know how much, I don't know. I do not know. But my understanding is, yes, they can be held accountable. So. But they're not immune. They're not immune to the laws. So. like I was saying, because loose cannon has until tomorrow to grant the DOJ's request for those 100 documents. Or they're going to appeal. And they've already said that to some extent they're willing to accept one of the two people that Trump's side chose to be a potential special master. And so that would take care of that too, which is kind of what I was picking up on, which was that DOJ, seriously, yes, appeal, do what you need to do, but the shortest distance between here and where you want to be is just go, okay, that's a retired judge. Fine. Have this person go look at those documents, but the classified stuff, we're going to take you to court on that one because that does not belong to him. The classified documents in no way, shape, or form belong to Donald Trump. That's not how it works. That's not what the law says. And unless the best thing that could happen is she says, okay, I don't think she's going to just throw up her hands and say you don't need a special master after all. But yeah, just get that judge on those documents. What is there anything there that is attorney-client privileged? And move on. Just going through very quickly. Hello, Jen Lynn. Jen Lynn from Jen Lynn Tarot is here. Do follow Jen Lynn. Oh, it's very hot in here. No, not that loud. Oh, I am sorry. Did I disturb the kitty? I'm sorry. He's like, I like it when it's warm in here. I am a desert creature. And that's a big yawn. Yes, cats are desert creatures. It's why they're immune to scorpion venom. It's why they don't clean themselves with water. They only clean themselves with their tongues. Or they roll around in dust. Dry dirt. Not mud. Dry dirt. Like chinchillas. So, anyway. Okie dokie. Anyway. Oh, I love this one. Okay, 38. I was trying to find the videos. I was having terrible time finding the videos. Oh my gosh. Mike Lindell. I can't get enough of this story. So, if you haven't heard, Mike Lindell was minding his own insurrectionist business at Hardee's when the FBI came in with a warrant to take his phone. Not him, but take his phone. He is beside himself. I told them, you can't take my phone. I run 5 businesses and I don't have a computer. I run 5 businesses off this phone. And I have my health information or whatever else. I run 5 businesses off this phone. You can't take it. And the FBI agent was like, no, we're taking it. And he said, can I call my lawyer? And the FBI person said, sure. And he called his lawyer and he's like, I don't have to turn over my phone, do I? And his lawyer said, give them your phone. Oh, yes. Yes, I was going to say that next, Becca. The FBI also, they took his phone. He's completely said, didn't even get a chance to back it up. Oh, I'm so sorry. You didn't back it. Oh no. Okay, we'll just take the warrant somewhere else. We'll come back tomorrow. You do whatever you want to do with your phone, so it's nice and backed up. Take it home, plug it in to. Oh, you said you didn't have a computer. Oh, that's right. You. How are you going to back it up if you don't have a computer? Do you have something that's automatically backing your phone up? Where's it backing it up? So it's not backed up? What happens if you drop your phone? What how are you going to back up your phone, Mike? Apple, I do not believe yet. We haven't heard that they've searched his home, because they also told him that he was waving around Mike Lindell was waving around the piece of paper that was the warrant, I suppose, and he was saying that. Hang on, I think I missed something. Yeah. Oh, and yes, the FBI told me not to talk about it. Like that's going to happen. Hardee's has tweeted about this and said effectively, "Hi, now that you remember we exist, come on in and try our sandwiches." Yes, Roxana, Pillow Guy immediately eats his phone. Yeah, back up. It's this idea that he has nothing but that phone to run 5 businesses. I run one, and I've got a laptop, I've got a phone, I've got an iPad, and I can barely keep up. 5, and just all off your phone. Right. Oh man. So Lindell, they gonna find anything under your on your phone? Spiralize says he backs it up onto Hunter's laptop. Yes, except that would be a hard drive, because there is no Hunter Biden laptop. Oh my gosh. Mike Lindell's phone. Hello, Mike Lindell's phone. I'm just here. Leave me alone. I had to be up against that guy's face all the time. Fine, I can live with it. The FBI people came, and at least it's been quiet. They just kind of plug something into me, and they're getting information, and it's like a vacation. And don't get me started on the mustache. Oh, but are they gonna find anything on the phone? Well, I mean, talk about a proponent of the garbage that the election was stolen. He doesn't even try to hide his belief in that or couch anything. He's just pounding on that every single day. And he is surrounded by a group of people who are just saying whatever he wants them to say, because he pays them a lot of money. And if you watch the people around him who are standing near him or next to him while he's spouting his nonsense, when anybody who's standing next to him or on the screen with him, who's on his side, they have this look in their eyes like, whatever you say, it was stolen. Yeah. Lizard people and aliens and fairies and greys and Vikings from ancient mythology come to life, and they're just sitting there like, because they're being paid to be there. 2 of Wands. It's a card of communication. It's also a big, in this deck, it's communication, but it's also kind of crazy because she's got 4 hands. I mean, she's got 4 hands in this, and the wands are crossed. The wire is crossed, and that doesn't make sense. And yeah. Oh, here it is. Yoy. Fool. That's him. Ace of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Star. It's not like they're going to find a lot that he's been hiding. There will be communications with insurrectionists. They'll find that, but there isn't going to be anything on there that is going to come as a total shock to us. He's such an idiot. And he's just like, I have the truth. I have the truth. Look, I've got the sword of truth. Oh, wait, I dropped that too. Oh, he's falling apart as he goes on. And the people around him are just like, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So how much are you writing for my campaign? The check for? He will be hemmed in because he never shuts up. Listen to your lawyers, Mike. If I wanted to, I could go into a big spiel, which I won't, about what I think is happening psychologically with this guy. And his guilt and his shame and his lack of self-esteem and imposter syndrome and on and on and on and on. But none of that is an excuse to try to blow up democracy in America. And who the heck do you think you are to try? Anyway. Darren says Mike must be on some strong drugs. Well, the problem is he was. He may be, clean as a whistle now, but Irish Spring, and but they did a number on him. We've definitely got some Swiss cheese action going on, but he's got money. And so everybody's surrounded by people saying, oh, yes. Oh, great. Yes, do that. Please. Wow. Okay. 4830. Okay. 4830. Fani Willis in Georgia is trying to decide whether or not to subpoena Trump in the Georgia probe. Will she? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Becca, yes, the elevator is stuck in the basement where it's flooded. Exactly. Okay. Fani Willis, are you going to subpoena Trump himself? Yes. Yes. I'm getting, she should, I should. He's the center of it. You need to get him on record. Chariot, big movement. Huge, bigly. Page of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Five of Wands, Sun, Four of Pentacles. She should have, if she was going to, she should have started looking into this. If she hasn't already, she should have been looking into this a long time ago, because of course she will, and then it'll be appealed and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, she should. He is not above the law. He's not special. He's an American. This is a country of equality. Even when we fail to live up to that, no one is above the law. There was a lot of action that was done to try to turn that election. What you send out expecting it back, but it's also just a slog. Trying to clean up after these jerks. Try to figure out, and this is them just causing chaos, hiding things, denying. But I've got a Sun card here, which would be bringing things out in the open. This Four of Pentacles is, the lot, it doesn't just even feel like Trump. It's just a lot of them, they don't have a leg to stand on. They can't say, oh no, I'm not going to go. I mean, Lindsey has to go. Lindsey tried to take it to court. And my understanding is the judicial system said, Lindsey, get your rear end to Georgia. You are not above the law. Okay. Again, that Sun card. Just three more. Two of Pentacles, very unsteady. There's Howling at the Moon and Ace of Pentacles. Trump thinks he has a get out of jail free card. Very much so. You don't, Spiff. Sniffy, you don't have a get out of jail free card, but he thinks he does. So will Trump actually go? Five of Cups. Disappointment. Sun. Ace of Cups. Knight of Cups. This is... Yeah. If she decides to go through with this, there really is, it's just, is it worth all the trouble? This doesn't feel like this isn't 100% strong. This is likely more than 50% that she will, or that he'll have to go talk. But I don't even have entirely that she will. The energy is not strong. It just, yeah, that's all I'm getting. I also think there's more to this than we know. I think there's some legal stuff, legal wrangling. How do you do it? Under what? And it's complicated. So, okay. All right. 54 minutes in. Karen had a question. Was Mueller prematurely stopped? No, Fran, I don't think Trump has a secret pardon. And in something like Georgia, it stayed anyway. It wouldn't be worth the paper it's, the paper he stained with ketchup. Was Mueller prematurely stopped? Poor Mueller. And don't get me started on Barr. Cannot stand that guy. I have read if Trump gave himself a pardon, Tiffany. I don't think it was doable. Somehow I don't think it was doable. But that's what I get. Mueller. Mueller. Mueller stopped. He was blocked all the way along. So he focused on kind of the letter of his mandate. We wish he had gone outside of that to pull in more information, but he was like, okay, I'm just going to fight for this piece of ground. Queen of Cups. Knight of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. World. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, I'm just getting, he was so hemmed in. He was so hemmed in, and he had to fight for every inch. We may be, I think I'm not the only person who's not only furious with Bill Barr, but frustrated with the limited nature of the Mueller report, that we wanted more. But it feels like he had to fight. It was like being back in the Marines and fighting for a hill, inch by inch by inch. The Republicans got in his way over and over and over. And then when he finally was as done as he could get in the circumstances, Bill Barr got in there and screwed everything up. But by that point, he was having mental issues, and he was exhausted. I get good energy off the guy. I always have. I also get that he really loves his wife. I wish I got that on more people I read about. He's exhausted. So, for what it's worth. Okay, Cindy Lou had a question. Let's see here. At 58 minutes in, Cindy Lou's question was, who Mark Meadows was talking to. Who was? Well, I think that goes over here. Who was Mark Meadows talking to on January 6th when he didn't let his aide Cassidy inside the car? Wasn't Trump. He was speaking on the ellipse at the time. Please tell me it was just family. Please tell me it was just a family emergency. I don't think it was. Spiral, I agree. Who isn't exhausted? Yeah. Meadows, when you close the door on Cassidy Hutchinson, didn't want her to hear what you were saying or what was being discussed. Hanged man. I would have assumed he was talking to the idiots at the Willard. Is that the hotel? I can't remember. But it actually feels more like somebody around Trump. Like, is he going to do this? What is he going to do? Ace of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. This is an action they would take, this conservative action. Well, their brand of conservatism. A huge burden, thinking that they would be welcomed as heroes and go down in the future as great patriots. And the reality is it was terrifying It was a blank storm. And it did not feel like a glorious revolution on that day. Even that morning, it did not feel like a glorious revolution. It felt like we're going to prison. There was logistic. Is he going to go through with it? How far is he going to go through with it? What does it say in the speech? What has he decided? Has he changed his mind? That's what I'm getting there. He's up to his neck in this garbage. When later on Cassidy Hutchinson came into his office and he was, Mr. Profile and Courage, she said, do something. And he was like, he won't listen to me. He had been asking, not only he'd asked Trump, but he'd also been asking people around Trump. And it's just, Trump's going to do what Trump's going to do. Thread of hope. Remember that testimony quote? Does this look like we're winning? Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Cindy Lou. Okay, 102. Roland had a question. 102. And I have like 18 questions, so to see what I can get through. Will the phones taken on Monday still have information about the planning for January 6th? Actual text from the day in real time and subsequent info. Phones taken on Monday. I know there were 40 subpoenas sent out. How many phones were seized? I don't remember the part about how many phones were seized. Does anybody know? But will there still be information about the planning for January 6th? Well, it would be on the, whoever their carrier is, it would be on their servers. Generally speaking, at least KC Wolfpack says 2. Okay. Generally, now this is how it was. I don't know if this is still true, but generally speaking, there was so much of the early internet that is still stored somewhere, even if it's not being used, even if it's not usable, simply because it was cheaper to just buy more storage, create more storage, than try to figure out how to get rid of parts and not parts and keep this and not that. So I know for through the 90s and the aughts and what have you, there's a vast amount of information that's just still on servers somewhere. And so I could be wrong, but I wonder if I would think that the major carriers, phone carrier services, would have records. So Ian says 3 phones, including Lindell's. Okay, thank you. And Jennifer was saying 2 as well. Thank you. I'm getting, there's a lot of information. That's what that feels like. Knight of Pentacles. Well, Lindell doesn't have a burner phone, or what was taken from him isn't a burner phone. So some of these others may have been using one, but Knight of Pentacles, Death card, Page of Wands, 6 of Swords. Is going to prison. This is evidence. How involved people were, if not on all 3 of the phones, and certainly on enough of them. These people were so in over their heads, they tried to do something and thinking that they just had the right, and they are so over their heads. And some of the people who planned January 6th, that is a going to prison card. So I'd say yes, this is Not good for them and good for democracy. Okay. So, quit it. All right. At 1:05:45, let's see here. 1:05:45. Will Trump be arrested at a rally? Or will he stage an arrest to gaslight the cult? I know he wouldn't stage an arrest. No, his narcissism. He would sooner hire people to carry him around, like on a throne, on a platform that's being carried by 4 people. He's more likely to do that than to try to stage an arrest or something. He wouldn't do anything to make himself look weak unless he's in a deposition. Because then he just thinks he's pulling one over on the other person. But a whole arrest, that could be taken seriously. And we know he's not a great actor. 5 of Pentacles. Out in the cold. Out in the cold. Will Trump be arrested at a rally? Knight of Swords, Temperance. 3 of Pentacles. No. It might be at like a gathering of, at some kind of little gathering, but Temperance, the law enforcement in general, they do not want to make a spectacle of Trump getting arrested. It's just unnecessary. It puts their own people unnecessarily at risk, and it will just jack the death threats up even higher. But I have picked up repeatedly, they are going to arrest him. They are going to indict him. They will arrest him. This man will have handcuffs on his tiny wrists, attached to his tiny hands. But it's not going to be like in the middle of a rally or no. They'd risk a riot. Yeah. Deborah Johnson says that have made the most important and best statement had they arrested him immediately. I agree. Maggie Who is saying, hey, don't make fun of the lizard people. I apologize. I did not know we had any in the chat. Would you like some water? I don't know what else. I don't know what else to offer you. Okay. Thread of Hope said they didn't want the Mar-a-Lago search to be announced. Trump did that. And they told Mike Lindell, don't talk about this. And he did. That's on them. Ugh. 109. Oh, some tiny popcorn moments. We'll take what we can get. Roger Stone is accusing Lindsey Graham of willful sabotage of the GOP midterms. Can we expect more infighting as the right eats itself? Stone's accusing Lindsey Graham of willful sabotage. Judgment. Stone in the chat. Stone, no relation. That's awesome. Can we expect more infighting? Silurians from Doctor Who, says Anne. Well, the Silurians from Doctor Who, that's a whole different thing. She's awesome. And John Francis saying, Mo and Larry are fighting again. love that. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, boo and who? Both boo and who? Please. Kathy Delisle says, like women only need a few days to forget the Dobbs decision. Exactly. Empress. Ding. Do I need to pull any more cards? Two of Cups. Two of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. To Emperor. This is a whole lot of stuff. This is women pulling together. A huge spike in the number of women who have registered to vote. This is the right with their cross messages at cross purposes. Some saying, "Oh, we've got it. This is more traditional. We've got things sorted out." Then you've got all the Trump stuff in the mix. It's kind of like about to watch, I wouldn't say a car crash. You know what it is? Do you guys remember the meme of the looters? Let me find it quickly because it's cute. It's one of my favorite memes on the internet. There it is. Images. Hang on. No. Okay, open in a new tab. There we go. Where am I? Share screen. Hello, boo-boo. Here we go. One of my favorite memes on the internet ever. Looters. Yes, dear. Looters showed up moments after. This is kind of, I guess we're kind of watching we're watching a milk truck about to, hit a curb and crack open somehow. Hello, dear. I can't help you right now, sweetie. That's that's what we're just the ones who are like, oh, anybody want some milk? So it's refreshing. It's still kind of cool, kind of a little cold. It's nice. That's kind of what we're watching. It's not really a car crash, but that's what we're facing, looking at. So, okay. 124. Let me see how much time have I got left here. Precious one. Yes, sweetheart. How are you doing? Did you want some attention? That's what this is about. I've been putting off a couple of these international questions for a couple of days, so let me answer at least two of these quickly. I think we just need to read on Putin in general, 11430, because it's amazing the number of people who are learning to do the swan dive off of buildings. It's shocking. Is Putin close to being overthrown? Hello, sweetheart. How are you? What do you think? Is Putin close to being overthrown? What do you think? What do you think? Thank you, Electra. You're a good boy. This is the worst energy. Man has the energy of a serial killer. But you help me. You help me with your positive energy. He's like, stop putting the cards down. I know it's Putin. It's terrible. Stop. He's like, stop putting the cards down about Putin. Stop it. Stop it. And Murray Sutton overthrown out his own window. Well, considering the card for the reading is the Hanged Man. Eeps. Oh. Temperance. Seven of Cups. They've been waiting as he's been lying to their faces, the Russian people and leaders. Eight of Cups. It's not imminent, but there's growing unrest. Growing unrest. He hasn't mobilized. He hasn't. Yes, looter alert, Jen Lin. Yes, exactly. Putin hasn't mobilized Russia. He hasn't officially called the Ukraine invasion war. So he can't mobilize. So if he calls it a war, then he can mobilize, and that would be even worse. So right now, he has so many mercenaries there, so many people who are don't naturally work together, fighting on the Russian side. But they're so short on supplies. Sometimes they're occasionally trying to fight each other for supplies, for food and supplies. So the Russian forces attacking each other. It's bad. So the Hanged Man thing is Putin's desperation. So getting a little easier to read on Putin. I don't know if I'm just getting more used to that heinous energy or if he's getting weaker. His energy it's not as icky. It's icky. It's bad. But it's almost like it's fading. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, he's definitely the swan diving is definitely keeping some people in power in check. Oh yeah. Seven of Cups, but he's lying through his teeth. Page of Swords. Boneheaded thoughts, and they want the stuff. They want the access to the Black Sea. They want the minerals. They want you name it. Russia wants Ukraine's stuff. And it's boneheaded, as people know. So, okay, he's still there. He's still there. But he's Marie Henson is saying weaker. He does feel a little bit weaker. Maybe it's just me, but Deborah Johnson says he's definitely weaker since the world now sees through the bravado he once projected. Like Trump, he's a weak little man. Yeah, but he's scarier than Trump. I would not want to be locked in a stopped elevator with Trump for an hour. No. And I would willingly try to break his tiny little fingers if he tried anything. But I'd be worried he would try something, and that's disgusting. It's disgusting that, every other president I can think of that we've ever had, I could be stuck in a closed space with for an hour and I'd be fine. Not him. Okay. And then lastly, at 1:20 and a bit, don't read on this that much. So, and I know it's a big deal in some people's lives. So let's just have a quick look. Because Linda Stokes wants to know, will King Charles III be a good king? Now, do keep in mind, Deborah Johnson says I'd be more afraid of Putin. Oh, no. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine with Putin. You're nothing to Putin. He has nothing to gain by you. Anyway, will King Charles III be a good king? Keeping in mind that I've got to make it clear here. I was married to an Englishman for 20 years. So, I don't know which way that might make me biased, but I'm just letting you know. I am not currently married. I'm divorced. Several years now. Okay, will Charles III be a good king? Well, of course, there's always a honeymoon period at the beginning. People are they're like, okay, let's see, what's he going to do? And so far, he's kind of just been a petulant. And he's had more gravitas, and that's good. But he's also like shooing the people away, and if we're trying to help him, and surprise, shocking. Dave's saying Putin is 4'8". Autumn could knock him out. Yeah, the pen leak, Electrostorm, yeah. Communication. Yeah, he needs to work on his communication skills. Yeah, because how you treat people who are in a weaker position than you says a lot about you. Queen of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. You've been waiting for this for a long time. World. Yay. It's his birthday. It's all about him. He's king. He's waited decades. He's just an entitled guy. Literally entitled. He has been entitled. Oh, thank you for putting the Creative Sprint link of Sharon's site. Thank you. All right, Charles III. Please let him get the little fuzzy dogs. Oh, please let him get the fuzzy dogs with the long ears. King Charles Spaniels. Anyway. Tower. After decades, it's mine. Yay. You know he's just a guy, right? He's just a person. King of Swords. He's trying to figure out how to make everything work after all. He's been thinking about this for so long. There have been so many plans for so long. On the one hand, it should be easy for him to just step in and do the thing. But in reality, there are a lot of details. Knight of Pentacles. Mowing the manicured lawn in a tux. Queen of Cups. Star. 5 of Pentacles. You better do something about Andrew. He better do something about Andrew. And I wonder if Andrew and Fergie, they got the Queen's corgis, and I wonder if that's because taking care of the Queen's corgis means there's a stipend for whoever takes those dogs. He needs to do something about Andrew. And if he doesn't, the scandals will continue. So that's the main big problem you're dealing with, Charles. It's your own family. So he's just kind of there. He's an entitled guy. 3 cards for William. Oh, and by the way, I didn't read the article, but apparently there's been a lot of body language experts going on about William and Kate and Harry and Meghan, and Harry and Meghan, they were holding hands, but Kate and William weren't, and all this kind of stuff. And I don't think there's a lot to read in there. Yes, dear, just a moment. I honestly think Kate is very much, I think of her as like an older sister. She feels like she is taking care of everything, the same way that, you know, she was lining the kids up on the balcony, and one of them was like wiping his nose, and she leaned down, she spoke to him, and he put his hands down, and then and she was looking around, and she checked in with the Queen, and she checked in. I think that's more what that was. I think she is more concerned about keeping everything moving. I think that's what that's about. Got an 8 of Cups there. Hi. You are grumpy these days. What is it? There's no trash can today. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, William and Kate, they'll be better. They'll be better, King and Queen. Anyway. All right, well, that's going to do it for me for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, you're okay. It is 1:37 p.m. here in Chicago. At 4 o'clock, I will be over on the Creative Sprints channel to do Creative Sprints. You're always welcome. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. Yes, I will be right back here tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day. You are not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. There are. All right, so hang in there, and I will see you back here tomorrow.